Hello, and welcome to Surviving the Narcissist. This is Wanda, and this channel is about narcissistic abuse and how you can go from being a narcissistic abuse survivor to a thriver and eventually an overcomer. As I said, I'm Wanda. I am a narcissistic abuse recovery coach, and I am a narcissistic abuse survivor. In my family, I had the role of the target, scapegoat, black sheep of the family. And it's my mission to help you. On today's episode, we're going to look at um, the narcissistic abusive family is like a cult. But before we go further into it, I'm going to refer to some of my notes so you might see me looking down. But we look at narcissism from a personal, like I said, I'm a survivor, a professional, I'm a recovery coach, narcissistic abuse recovery coach, and a spiritual perspective. Because narcissism affects you spiritually, emotionally, physically. And we're going to look at the narcissistic family as a type of cult. Because one of the reasons why it's a type of cult is because you have one dominant figure, or the narcissistic, uh, the main narcissist is sort of like the cult leader. And in a family, normally it could be the mother or the father or parents, but because narcissistic abuse is so devastating to the family structure. Um, and the only way that you can really start recovering from narcissistic abuse is to leave the cult like family. Well, it may be other family members that are the leader. So you have one dominant leader, and that leader demands absolute loyalty. Um, they're very uh, abusive. This is where the narcissistic abuse starts with. It starts with that one leader. And that one leader has various uh, roles that are placed upon the targets. So the people that are around the narcissist are the targets of their abuse. And to survive the narcissistic family, cult family, you have to take on various roles. So some of the roles we talked about is the golden child. And the golden child kind of survives by being a people pleaser and doing everything perfectly. Then you have the invisible child. And the invisible child might survive by being quiet. Then you have the scapegoat or the black sheep. And a lot of times, the black sheep or the scapegoat gets most of the abuse, which was the case of my family. So, in order to demand absolute loyalty to the dysfunctional family structure, it engages us the same behavior that cults do: uh, lying, gaslighting, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, verbal abuse, the silent treatment, love bombing. They'll love bomb you to get you in the position that they want you to be in, and then they engage in devaluing, discarding, and it's an endless cycle. Because what happens is that they use all these techniques. Like they'll start off, you could be the favorite, or they give you the impression that you're the favorite. They're the favorite. They're number one. But they give you the impression that you're the favorite. So that's where the love bombing is. You know, you're my favorite person. Uh, you know, you're just like me. You're a mini me. Then once they get you in that position, they start devaluing you. And the devaluation could come through verbal abuse. The chores aren't done right. Why didn't you get all A's? It's anything to do the psychological abuse tactics. Then after they do that, then they discard you. Discard you could be the silent treatment. They don't pay any attention to you. They treat you like you're invisible. And so all the behaviors of the family members is being controlled by a puppet. They're the puppet maker. They're trying to make you into what they want you to be, which is totally dominating, submissive to them. Um, Another behavior that you'll see in cult-like family is it's our family against other families. They're cutthroat competitive. They will do anything to win a competition. They're very concerned about their image, whether the competition makes sense or not. They're jealous of people. They're envious of people. And all these behaviors revolve around maintaining control, which the narcissistic cult leader has. Also, because of this, it's a lot of brainwashing. And that's through the image management and the lies. Our family's better than that family. And most of the time, the reason why I say it's a lie is because it doesn't make any difference what kind of dysfunction is going on in the family. Whether it's active addiction, um, criminality, um, any type, drinking, drugging, you name it, they're better than everybody. And they're jealous of everybody, regardless to the fact that the other family that you're jealous of, they're successful because they don't have all that dysfunctional behavior. Or not that they don't have it, they don't cover it up with an image. If somebody has mental illness, they want them to get therapy. If a person has a addiction, they want them to get help. They don't justify dysfunctional behavior. Well, everybody drinks. This is what our family does. They think they're, one another tactic you see is a lot of name calling, which goes along with the verbal abuses. What, well, they think they're pushy. They're better than us, and that kind of thing. Another consequence when you're in a cult-like family is when you try to break away from that family, there's severe consequences. In my case, I've been the black sheep all my life. So I'm still the black sheep because I'm the black sheep because I acknowledge what went on in our family. I acknowledge what still is going on in my family. And I had the nerve to be doing videos to try to help other people. So your sick is your secrets, but that's how they maintain control. It's the no talk rule. Also, the longer that you stay away, because I kind of broke away, I'm not totally no contact, I'm limited contact, but the limited contact happened when I went to college. So I wasn't living in the house. So that gave me space to be who I was meant to be and not to be a clone or to be what other people wanted me to be. And so another thing that our occult family has is that people aren't allowed to think. You just do what you're told to do. So a lot of times they're devoid or they don't have critical thinking skills because they're not allowed to think. And that's where the brainwashing comes in. And so the first step to your healing from narcissistic abuse is, like I said, you have to acknowledge it. Well, wait a minute, it's something wrong with our family. Like I always knew it was something wrong with my family, but I didn't know it was narcissistic abuse. I would just say crabs in the bottom of the barrel, they're crazy, jealous, everything's a competition. I didn't know the triangulation. They pit each other against each other. And so I didn't know the language. So first of all is to acknowledge what's going on, to get information, to limit your contact, to leave the family if you can. I know it's hard. And to get help. To get help from professionals, from coaches, and to also have a balance because um, being raised in that type of family, you're kind of used to a lot of dysfunction and chaos. But one of the first things I would do is that when I went to college, if I saw people that had traits like my family, I would stay away from them. So that's why when I say I'm the only one in my family that's not jealous, I'm the only one that's not crazy competition. I'm the only reason I can say that is because when I went to college, if I met somebody that started that everything was a competition, I would get away from them. And I would be around people that they would be developing themselves. Everything wasn't a competition. They weren't jealous. They could celebrate other people. And if you can relate to this video, if you've seen a lot of these behavior patterns in your family, please comment below. And also like, subscribe, and share. And visit my website because there's a lot of other information. I'm available for one-on-ones and information to help you in your journey from being a narcissistic abuse survivor to an overcomer, healed and well, set free. And until next time, be blessed.